I realize I've been talking to people for years without actually connecting. I'm pretty decent at conversation on the surface. I can be polite, ask questions, keep things going, but lately I have realized I'm not actually connecting with people. A lot of my interactions feel scripted. I smile, nod, throw in some small talk, maybe a joke, and move on. It's like I've been doing a performance I didn't realize I was in. The one thing that I need to give like a disclaimer in this video is, oh, it has been 1 minute already. Shit. One important disclaimer is that this is not for a typical complete beginner. Like if you can't even able to talk with other peoples, you don't need to feel like, oh, see, this is all feels scripted and I can't connect with people. This doesn't work like that. This actually works, and it is a problem that when you come to an intermediate level. So if you don't have to worry about that, you just need to follow this path. Just follow the path and come to this level, and then we can solve it. You can just watch this video even if you want to. A lot of my interactions feel scripted. I smile and nod, throw in some small talk, maybe a joke, or move on. It's like I've been doing a performance I didn't realize I was in. Recently, I started something different. Instead of trying to be smooth or impressive, I started focusing on being present. Just listening without planning my response. Letting silence happen. Being honest when I don't know what to say. To be honest, all of the social skills, everything is not for making you do like a performance in front of people. All of the things that I try to preach is to just completely make you a real you. Just reveal yourself. I'm not talking about the vulnerability here. I'm talking about the society and the modern media has put a lot of constraints and false beliefs and many things on it. I just want to clear all of them and take out your true primal self, the true human being. Recently, I started trying something different. Instead of trying to be smooth and precise, I started focusing on being present. Just listening without planning my response, letting silence happen, being honest when I don't know what to say. And weirdly, I feel more connected in 5 minutes of awkward honestly than in an hour of polished banter. I feel that too. During those times when it is the beginning of the times when I started to cold approach a woman, and during those times I wasn't able to connect with them. They actually felt like a pawn, not my first cold approach. That was totally different. But other cold approaches mostly they felt like scripted. Even if I wasn't the script in my mind, I was like, oh, I know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I just felt naturally and went to them. It felt like a script, even though, like if you know how the other person will respond, how it works actually, it almost felt scripted. And during that doesn't even I didn't even feel connected with the other person, but it felt amazing. That's an amazing feeling that you were supposed to feel. And will I feel connected in 5 minutes of awkward honesty? The thing is that you need to be honest and vulnerable with some people, but the problem is you need to be with some people. You can't able to vulnerable with everyone. Like I said before, you need to treat relationships as in the form of a percentage scale. Like, let me draw here. So this is the friendship relationship scale. Some people can be in the range of like 70 percentage. Some people you can treat in the way of 30 percentage, in different kinds of way. And the people who are very much closer to you are the ones mostly you need to be focused on being honest, completely honest with them, being even vulnerable with them. Because mostly you don't have to treat the other people if you don't want them to be in a closer relationship with you. This is what happens mostly with the places, like the people will say like, oh, I don't want to be with my friend, be with a Jeffrey friend. That is the term most of the people will try to say to you, right? Jeffrey is a stereotype for a degenerate kind of person. But the thing is, even if the other person is kind of a degenerate, they doesn't do good habits and being a loser, they are still a human being. They can connect with you. And if you're giving something less, like if you're being so much vulnerable with them, so much honest with them, you'll be automatically much more connected with them, more than having a very good conversation and polished conversation with a man, with a guy who's like a very good guy, who's very good at studies. That you know that guy from your school or college that you know. He is a very good guy, very kind of a guy, and you need to talk with them. But instead of talking all honestly vulnerable with them, you'll be just like having polished conversation with them. So you don't feel that much connected with that guy, but you're being so much honest and vulnerable to your Jeffrey friends. So you feel so much connected with them. And to be honest, there is nothing wrong or right here. It's your decision to do. If you're being honest and vulnerable with any person, you will be much more connected to them. So it's about you. It's about you to choose to whom you need to be vulnerable and honest. If you're being vulnerable and honest to a very great guy, like I know from your college, then you'll be automatically be very much closer to them. Both of you will be very much closer friends. That is a kind of relationship that maybe you wanted. This is an actual. Okay, let me tell you a story of how it happened to me. Like during the times I was practicing Freudian slip. It is a psychological kind of thing that is mostly used in sales kind of way, where you make the other person say all the things they wanted to tell. You let the other person just open up. Just basically it is that it. Just it lets the other person to open up about their feelings, about the pain they were going through in their life and everything. And I tried it on the same day. I was able to make two people to open up about their feelings, like an unknown guy that is the first day I was talked to him, and I was talked to, and like the first guy is from a university but is from a different class. I never talked to him before, and uh, and one of the new staff that was in my college, and I was able to talk with him and made him open up. So he talked about his family, and it is easier since if you are talking with an older person, it is much more easier to make them open up. Because most of our generation people will be so much socially awkward and silence. They wouldn't be able to open up very much easily. So the first guy, let me tell about only the first guy. I was able to have a very much good conversation with him. and made them open up. I felt more connected with him because I felt resonated with his pain that he was going through in his life. And we become friends. And I didn't even ask his name before all of the things, like we have been talked for 2-3 hours straight. And after we were about to leave, and I was like, "Oh, brother, what's your name?" And he shared our names, and he was a very good. He's a very good friend of mine even now. It's been like it's been like 1.5 years ago. He's a very good friend of mine. So the thing is, you need to be able to vulnerable and honest with some people that you feel like they were some of good quality persons that you need to open up. Like that guy is a very much of an high quality man, like an equal. He's very much able to socialize, is able to socialize. He's able to. He's living on his own. He doesn't do any bad habits most of the time. So yeah, it's up to you. You have two options. I don't have to draw this clear out. You have two options. One, you need to choose a vulnerable and honesty with people. If you vulnerable and honesty to people, to Jeffrey friend, mostly that is what an online stereotype the people say, and Jeffrey kind of friend, or a guy that you respect. To whomever you give it to whomever you just give it, you will be much more closer to them. Like I said in the person's closeness percentage box, that will be increased on one type of person. So that is basically just you. You don't have to feel like the whole script is false or anything like that. And this is the actual solution that I just came up with in this time of recording this video. So just give a like and subscribe to my channel, and